Hi, Green Room. Do you remember the story that we were talking about? The Three Billy Goats Gruff? I want you to think and try to remember what sound the goats made when they went over the bridge. It started with a t, t, t. Did they go trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap? That's kind of a funny way to talk about a sound that you hear. I don't have a lot of musical instruments in my house, so I'm using these. Well, I have some musical instruments in my house. I have a piano and a French horn and a French horn and a trumpet, but I don't have rhythm instruments. Morgan's taking my movie and she gave me a funny face when I said we didn't have instruments. I have these though. I'm going to use these and I'm going to try to make a trip, trap sound. Ready? Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Do you have anything in your house that might make a sound like that? Maybe you have a drum, maybe you have a shaker, maybe you can find something like blocks that make this noise. Ask your adult to press pause and go find something you can make a rhythm with. Did you find something? Okay, so I'm going to teach you a new poem. Oh, I could use these as my pointers too. It says, clatter, clatter, clackety, clack, I'll play a rhythm and you play it back. First I go, now you go. So we're going to take turns. We're going to do the first part together, so you can just tap along like this. Clatter, clatter, clackety, clack, I'll play a rhythm and you play it back. Now it's my turn, so don't make any noise. I'm going to go. Now it's your turn. Did you make a noise just like me? Did you make a pattern just like me? A rhythm? Okay, let's try it again. Clatter, clatter, clackety, clack, I'll play a rhythm and you play it back. My turn. Your turn. Did you do it? Let's try it one more time. Ready? Clatter, clatter, clackety, clack, I'll play a rhythm and you play it back. My turn. Your turn. Did yours sound just like mine? This is a fun game that we can play, but we have to make sure we take turns so you can listen to my sound and I can listen to your sound. Or I can pretend to, since you're on the other side of the screen. Let's see what our morning message is today. Turn this around and get my real pointer out. It says, hello, Green Room. Today, you can, number 1, make a baggy butterfly. I bet when those goats got to the meadow, they saw butterflies. Butterflies do like meadows. A lot of the flowers they like live in meadows. So I have a baggie, and I brought, ooh, I dropped it. Remember when we're in the green room, I always drop things on the floor? I do the same thing at home. I have a twist tie from a bag. You might have a twist tie, you might have a pipe cleaner. I have a little rubber band. You might use some yarn, but you need something that you can tie or twist something together with. And then I looked around my room for some colorful things, around my house for some colorful things, and I found some confetti. I'm going to put it in my bag. And I found some foam pieces with confetti sticking to me. And I found some beads. You might use buttons, you might cut up pieces of paper or tissue paper, and then you're going to kind of make sure there's something on both sides of your bag, because we're going to divide it in half. I'm going to make sure this is all the way sealed and press it to get all the air out. And then I'm going to scrunch my bag like this, so I make sure that there's stuff on both sides. I'm going to use the twist tie. And I'm going to twist it together like this. If you use a pipe cleaner, you have a longer antenna. But there's my little butterfly. You can hang it up as a spring decoration. I need to straighten my wings a little bit. So that's one thing you can do today. Number 2, you can bake pretzels. We're going to go into my kitchen and we're going to make pretzels. My cousin Nora goes to preschool where she can make pretzels, and she taught me a recipe, so I'm going to try that today. Would you like to try too? We'll go into the kitchen and try that out. Number 3, while your pretzels are baking, you can bounce a ball. Ooh, that's a lot of B's in that sentence. Bounce and ball. Tyler has a collection of bouncy balls, and he has a lot of other balls that he uses just to play with. And he is going to show you how to experiment with different ways to throw the ball and bounce the ball. And he's even going to show you how high his balls will bounce up into the air. So we're going to go outside and check that out. Are you ready to see that? Let's go. We are in the kitchen. I washed my hands and I have a recipe. The recipe says we're making pretzels. I'm going to put the recipe down here. The first thing it says is put in a bowl. So I have a big bowl. I need 1.5 cups of flour. Here's my flour. And here's our 1 cup. It's going to be tricky. I'm almost out of flour. And a little bit more. When you're cooking, you have to make sure you get it all the way to the top. There you go. 1 cup. And 1/2 cup is a little bit, well, it's half the size. I might need to take this all the way out. I don't know who opened this bag. It's a little bit ripped. Okay, 1/2 cup. Okay, let's check the recipe. I need 2 teaspoons, TSP stands for teaspoons, of baking powder. Here's the baking powder. Here's the teaspoon. Just to the top. Try to get the extra off. There's 1, 2. Now let's check the recipe. I need 1 teaspoon of salt. There we go. And I need 1 teaspoon of sugar. Let's get the sugar open. Pull that up a little bit more. There we go. Teaspoon of sugar. Now it says M-I-X. Mix. So I'm going to mix it all up. So all of those white ingredients I put in there get mixed together, and they all look like one thing. And then I'm gonna, there we go. Add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So let's bring the bowl over here where the butter is. Oh, the recipe's coming too. Okay. I'm gonna take the butter. I'm going to cut it into little pieces before I put it in there, because we want to put that in with the flour and have it all mixed together. I'm going to do it like this. Okay. Put the butter in. That was 2 tablespoons of butter. I didn't have to use a spoon for that, because butter has a ruler right on it. It tells me 2 tablespoons. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm supposed to be mixing this. I'm supposed to cut that in with a fork, aren't I? Let's see if I can do that right. to separate it until it's just small, like a pea or like a little bead. And get that all mixed in together. Okay, let's see what comes next. Add 2/3 cup milk. I'm going to use this kind of measuring cup because it has a spout. Let's see if we can find the 2/3 line. See the 2 and the 3 down there? I'm going to pour it right to that line. There you go. Pour the milk in. And it's time to mix that up. Okay. I'm going to blend it so that everything gets wet. It'll start looking more like a dough. Sticking together. Mix that milk in. You can't see the milk anymore. So it says put dough on board and knead. When we make Play-Doh, we knead the flour after it comes off the stove. So you have to knead before it goes in the oven. This is one of the reasons it's very important to wash your hands before you cook, especially when you're going to touch the food. To push it. It's a little bit sticky. That's okay. Your flying dough. Oops, see all that? I'm gonna mix that in a little bit. Okay. Now let's see what it says form a ball. Okay, that's easy. We make balls when we make Play-Doh, right? Half a ball. What does it say next? Divide in half. Okay. Does that look good? Half and half. Now, I made this before and I found out that that's a really big pretzel, so you could divide it into smaller pieces if you wanted to, but we'll just make 2 big ones right now. Form a snake. Do you remember how to form a snake? First kind of squish it so it starts to get long, and then you can roll. It's getting longer and longer. The skinnier you make the snake, the skinnier your pretzel will be. Okay. Ooh, I stretched it a little too much there. Okay, now I'm going to make it into a shape. Make a shape. I'm going to do this one in a regular kind of pretzel shape. If I can. See. Mine's kind of thick still, but that's a pretzel shape. Now, what shape should I make this one? Should I make this one into a circle? That sounds like I could handle that. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to make this one into a circle. Got 2 shapes. Now it says brush with a beaten egg. So I think before I do that, I'm going to get the dough off of my hands. So I'm going to come back over to the sink. Okay. That'll make it easier for me to crack my egg. So I'm going to crack my egg in the bowl. Shell there for a minute. And now I need a new fork. So I'm going to beat the egg. You see all the parts here, the white and the yellow, the yolk? I'm and mix it up. Okay, now I'm going to brush that, just like you're painting, all over your pretzel. Sometimes I make things and I can't find my brush, and I kind of just use a spoon. You could probably do that. You have to use what you have at your house, right? Okay, do you think I covered it enough? Okay, I think there was another instruction on there. Sprinkle with salt. The second kind of salt you use is a thicker kind of salt. It's not like the salt that you might have at your dinner table. The grains are a little bit thicker. So I'm going to sprinkle. Just let it drop on top. You just have to decide how much salt you like. Some people like a lot of salt on their pretzels. Some people don't like so much salt on their pretzels. Okay, and then it says bake at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. But I bet I have to put it on the pan first. So you put them on the pan. I already put some spray on the pan so my pretzels will come right off when they're done. Put this one here. And I'll put this one here. And let's see. Oh, my oven is, I'm gonna say close enough. It's almost 400. I'm gonna put these in. And I'm gonna cook them for 20 minutes. And while that's baking, let's go see if we can bounce some balls, and then we'll come back and see if they're done. See you outside. Okay, we're outside and Tyler brought 4 of his bouncy balls. He's gonna start with the basketball and he's gonna show us a couple of ways you can bounce the ball. Do you wanna start with the garage or the ground? You can bounce and catch the ball if you don't have anyone else outside to play with you. Or you can bounce the ground and catch it. Or you can try to bounce it to someone else and they'll catch it. Let's try another ball. I'm gonna set this one down. How does that one work against the garage? Nice catch. And on the ground? Do you think I can catch it? Whoop, I caught it. How about, ooh, they're getting smaller. Is that one as bouncy as the other ones? Not quite, huh? Can I catch that one? Oh, I missed that one. It's getting smaller. That's your tiniest one. Whoa! That one went very high. Can I catch that one? Oops! I missed that one. Tyler's going to gather them all up and we're going to do an experiment to see which one will bounce the highest. Those are all the ones I missed or rolled away from me. Okay. Are you going to do it right there? How high did that one go?
Like up there.
Up there, okay.
That was about the same.
Okay.
Sure.
Whoa!
Ow.
Which is your favorite one to bounce, Tyler?
Bouncy ball.
The smallest one?
Yeah.
Why is that your favorite?
Goes high.
Goes high. Thanks for helping us. Okay, the timer just went off. We're gonna open up the oven and see what they look like. Ooh, they smell delicious. Ooh, they look pretty good too. There's our pretzels. Next step, it's time to eat. See you later, Green Room. Bye-bye.